Welcome back to Heaven's Vault. It's been a little bit of a break because I had other stuff I wanted to do, but we're back and we're ready to continue on with this little bit of space. Here we've got a question as to where the other eyes are pointing. And what we know right now is that Iox gets its water from here. It's funny that they actually spelled it out. I didn't think they would. But we're doing a fuck Iox run, so let's see whether or not we could turn this off. That's an interesting thing. You're not supposed to be that person anymore, NK. You shouldn't want to tell Miari anything. But I'm not happy about... I'm not happy about the fact that they let me tell a robot something that may end up being terrible news. This. Without actually giving me the option to... They don't warn me about it. We shall see, though. Let's see what happens. It looks like, now that we've turned off the hopper, the water is coming up. That's my guess, at least. Nice. This is fun. This is actually cool. So we have the option of either waiting or letting go. If we wait, the water might come up a little too high for us to get in the hatch. Let's go ahead and let go. What we can do is we can always try again later. But let's take a look in that hatch if we can. We'll have an option to cover that disk more thoroughly in a little while. I want to take a look at this hatch and see if we can go down. Who inscribes the side of a hatch? You inscribe the top of a hatch. Weirdo. Alright, so we're back into this this giant question mark, and here we have a master sort thing. It might not be master. And we got a weights sort of thing, and we got a below sort of thing, and that would be the waters, the master of the waters weights below. Come on, my mouse is malfunctioning. I actually have a new mouse. I'm just too lazy to pull it out of the box and attach it. This mouse only malfunctions when the humidity is high, which it would be today. It's very, very hot and muggy. Yeah, so let's go ahead and open it. You don't want to embarrass yourself trying. Open it anyway. Oh, come on. Use your magic space powers from space. Interesting choice. So now we have found a widget, a use for one of our tools. I don't know why we can't just, put leaves on it or whatever, but I guess we can cover it up with that clay disc. Let's see what this little dot is before we do anything more aggressive here. Oh, okay, we can cover it up with a rock. Oh, no, I guess that's just flint. I was carrying around like 8 knives earlier. I sold them all, though. I'm a weapons dealer. I don't want to put anything on that while I'm trying to get downstairs, because trying to get downstairs while the water is coming up seems a little foolish. But unfortunately for me, I can't seem to wedge that open. I thought maybe getting that sharp flint would let me, wedge it in and try and pry it open, but it didn't. What we've got now is the option to do a couple of things over here. We're trying to figure out how to screw over Iox and how aggressively they let us screw it over. So we'll just put this clay pot on top. I wonder what sort of thing will happen if I let it continue to flood. Good thing I got real close to it then. There we are. Kapoom. The water is warm. Well, you know, we should probably go ahead and turn off the water. So that we're turn on the water, I suppose, so that we can get down into our pit. Of course it is. I don't know why they needed to continuously stop the camera to show me things that are really, really obvious. Now here's the funny thing here. We got some symbols inside the hatch. Someone doodled on the inside, but it's not in Ancient. Let's see what it is. Is it a diagram on how to set up an eye? So there doesn't seem to be any obvious way down, but that's not entirely true. We can do a lot of things to get down there. For example, we could put that pot on, let the water come up, and then let ourselves go down as the water retreats. Of course, we would need to leave someone up here to put the pot back on. But that's obviously something we'll try for, see whether or not we can get that to work. Finally, a new word. We watch and learn or cry or friendship. We watch and friendship. Boy, that sounds like some kind of, I don't know, ponies or something. The problem is I'm not sure whether or not there is a solution hiding in these side dialogues. There usually isn't, but there have been some surprise side dialogues where things were said that were actually important. And that's kind of a strange choice. That's not something I would choose to do. The side dialogues shouldn't have... See this blue? This blue, we wouldn't have gotten this blue without going through all those side dialogues. And the blue means that it's important information. So now, what we've just learned is that sources might not be sources. They might all just be hoppers. Oh no, cops! Let's go down quick. Oh, come on. Can we get down there? There's got to be a way, or not. The thing is, I didn't go down there. I didn't go down there in my first game, but there have been so many pits that I have found ways down into, and the one that I didn't find a way down into this playthrough, evidently there was a way down, just not when I was trying to do it. So, if there is a way down here and I miss it, feel free to let me know how to do it. For now, however, let's go ahead and see what we can pull off by letting this place really flood. Splish splash, I was taking a bath. Cool, let's get flooded. Oh, come on, it sounds like fun. Okay, can I go down now? Look, at the water's high enough. Go take the pot off, I'll jump in. Now, the game is pretty good about making you worry that you might end up accidentally, die, but the idea here is that she's going to warp us away from this moon. Now, the first time I played the game, I was too wussy, and I took the hatch off. But what I'm going to do this time is let this happen. I want to see what happens to Iox in our official Screw Iox playthrough of the game. Will you? Sounds good. I wonder if there's anywhere else we can go as the water rises. Is this like a Zelda water temple situation? Probably not. Ooh, it's getting getting pretty wet. Now the question is whether or not when we warp away, is the water going to wash away the clay plate? Or is that clay plate now permanently part of that little installation? Is Iox now without water? But the problem is that doesn't matter. I'm playing with my official screw Iox approach to life today, but I don't have any investment in Iox getting water or not getting water, and it has nothing to do with any of the other mysteries that I'm trying to solve. I didn't think you were bluffing. I just thought we'd already done everything. Yeah. We have to find a way to go far away, but we haven't figured that out yet. We don't know anything about how to get there, and we're not learning. Oh. Oh. So what I'm trying to figure out is how to get this moon to send off a giant river so that we can ride the river to where I'm trying to go, because that's my focus as a problem solver. My problem solver mind is we're trying to get very far away. It's even telling us that we're trying to get very far away when we are when we boot it up. It's like, hey, you're trying to get very far away, but it's not telling me anything in game on how to do it. It's not giving me any approaches that will allow us to get there. Oh, apparently we can just go back down. How exciting. I think that we already got everything, though. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize. It's the first time they've allowed me to go back down to a place that I basically abandoned. Usually it's like, no, screw you. But this time it's okay. I wonder if I can find something more permanent. Like, maybe I'll be able to detach.
We returned to the forest where the goddess waited.
I wonder if this counts as 2 time steps. Oh, they brought me right back down to the bottom. Great. So the hint now is that... Sorry, I got my goop on my glasses and I'm trying to polish it off. The hint now is that there might be other hatches. Really? Other hatches? I don't remember any other hatches. Well, let's take a look. Yeah, that would be my guess. And this artificial... we already know that this is an artificial ravine, and the reason it's an artificial ravine is because it was supposed to be a water reservoir. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. So, wait, is that stone back? Do I have another? Can I pick up like an endless set of stones? Cool. Let's just pick up the entire planet stone by stone. All right, let's do some surgery. Woohoo! So we broke the glass, which is interesting because now, like, this place is doomed. Like, leaves and junk could just get stuck in there. But covering it again won't actually stuff the things into that hole we created, so I don't know that there's any point to covering it again. You heard something moving in the trees? Yeah, I imagine that there is quite a bit of life here. Oh, dang it. I clicked on the one that wasn't green. Yeah, we got the green one now. No snakes. Why is this critical? The color coding, I thought it was like just, you know, critical versus not critical, but that didn't seem very critical to me. I'm trying to find whether or not they forced a camera into a weird position. Okay, so I just clicked around and I found something that wasn't marked. That's not a real great way to handle this. I guess that was it. So we'll go ahead and head back out. I don't know whether there's going to be anything else interesting down here. They said might be other... you know, there might be other hatches, but I don't see any other place I can walk. What a weird thing to say. Did I miss something? Oh well. I don't think the hatches are going to be upstairs. Why did I have to come back down? What is she doing? Good. So why couldn't I figure that out with you know, normal situations rather than having to wait until you explain it? I was not given the option to clear this hopper until just now. All of the previous times I approached it, it was just the hopper is buried. It's still buried, but apparently it's considered clear now. It needs more water. Let's go ahead and plug up the old Elberethon side then. Or not Elberethon, Ioxian side then. Is this the... That's not Iox. Isn't Iox over here? Oh no, I've just gotten myself confused. Boop. Wow, that was a slow animation. Why is the surface flooding? The surface shouldn't be flooding. It should be sending all of that juice over to Heaven's Vault. Why are you observing the water? Okay, good. So, I don't think that this counts as rivers. I can't sail along a hopper stream. Alright, our concept of okay, our concept of rivers is different here. What? Yeah, tell me we've just made a river. After all of that random mucking around. Why did we get to pick up so many stones? So you can see we have the option to say not just yet. That's interesting. That means that we're not actually done down here. If we have the option to say not just yet, it means we haven't discovered everything there is to discover. Otherwise, we would say stop pestering me. But I don't know what else there could be to discover. I guess it's just letting us choose whether or not to remove the container. Yeah, I suppose that that's good enough. Let's ditch this place. Let me know if you did something different, I suppose. Because this is one of those situations where I kind of just skimmed straight through it on my first time. But the annoying thing about all of this is that I'm looking for a way to create a path out into deep space. And it's not giving me very many clues as to how to do that. It's just kind of sending me off on these nowhere missions that aren't clear. Even when I find something that could be helpful, it's never staged in-game as being helpful. It's always like, oh, it's just this other thing. It's not making me excited. It's not giving me clues that it might be towards my solution. But whatever. What we're going to do is break the episode and come right back.